Midjourney has recently released an alpha test for their latest version V6 and has once again leveled the playing field for all AI image generators. Say goodbye to long hours trying to figure out prompt engineering, as V6 has an improved natural language understanding that now allows you to describe your scenes with longer prompts to get the exact shot that you want. And so today, we are diving deep into its new features and how you can effectively prompt it to create cinematic shots of your dreams. Let's go! To start, the first feature we will talk about is their natural language understanding. It is known to be able to now more accurately read and create what we want according to our description. And this new model is more sensitive to the descriptive words we use in the prompt and will not read previous junks like award-winning, photorealistic, 4K, 8K, etc. So this means that we can start to really be as explicit as possible and type more naturally instead. So, to really showcase what this means, let's test it out with simple language to see what we can get. Starting with our first test, we will use a descriptive example of an Asian girl with red hair in a diner opposite a blonde-haired Asian boy. And as you can see from the example, V6 really does get the details a whole lot more accurate to a very descriptive prompt. With the correct ethnicity, hair color, clothing details, it is a great improvement compared to the V5 generation, which may mess up the details in the scenes, such as giving the girl the blonde hair instead. It also follows our instruction more clearly, making sure that they are actually facing each other like what we wanted. To further illustrate how well it could better understand our language, I would like to share this example of a fruit basket inspired by Clarinet's tutorial on the Midjourney Discord channel. And as you can see from our example, the shot given by V6 really follows the prompt description more accurately, making sure the fruits are in the correct orientation. The image given by V6 also does show details of the circular window as mentioned. This shows that Midjourney is also able to effectively arrange them in order, which is super impressive and a huge upgrade and improvement to the accuracy of the images aligned to what we want. Besides understanding our descriptions way better, it is also able to have a brief understanding of words and text in the images now. So besides humans, let's use an example of a photographic product shot to see how much of a product design we can create. And in this case, let's say I want to create a perfume bottle for an imaginary brand called BABCHI. And I want the shot to be on top of the water with flowers like those cool product shots. I will try with this prompt over here. And here you can see the difference. V6 is able to not only bring in the text and carve the words onto the bottle nicely, it is also able to keep the details of what I want, showcasing it lying on the surface of the water. And it also creates a really nice reflection of the bottle too. And this accuracy is a really big game changer for product designers because now I can create full product shots in just a prompt. And these can be generated and iterated within minutes. Take another example. Imagine we want to create a mock-up bottle design for a product idea that we have in mind. By prompting out the details of what we want, such as having a pink background, blue cap, and a yellow bottle with our imaginary brand name BABCHI on it, all we have to do is just to prompt it, and we can now very easily once again create another beautiful mock-up shot for another one of our product ideas. And by quickly running them through an AI animation tool like Pika, we can easily create a scene from a product advert. Take a look. And product shots are just one of the many examples we can create with this tool. What this means is that we can now create more cinematic shots and scenes for our videos as well. And the possibilities are truly endless from here. Another useful feature of V6 accuracy and natural language understanding is also its abilities to creating storyboards and comic scenes. But before we start getting into it, here's a prompt tip. While V6 understands natural language better, we still can't describe a long sequence of actions such as 3 comic book scenes of a man that went to a supermarket to get a basket of fruits. He got into his car, drove home and gave the fruits to his wife. As there are too many actions demanded inside, it will be flattened to a single snapshot. So what we can actually do here is to describe it instead. For example, a comic book has 3 panels. The first panel depicts a man buying a basket of fruits in a supermarket. In the second panel, the man is driving in his car. The third panel shows the man at the front of his house passing to his wife the basket of fruits. And I kept the aspect ratio to 3:1 as I find it to be the most useful for creating the 3-strip comic. And here we have something similar to a shot that we want. However, of course, for this specific feature at the moment, we do have to give it a couple of tries to get what we really want, and we won't get the money shot all the time. But it is extremely helpful in helping us out with storyboarding and creating scenes for our videos. And as V6 continues to progress for its full release, I believe it would be able to bring us closer to generating full-blown comic scenes and storyboards at ease. Moving on, besides just upscaling your images, another cool new feature is the Creative Upscale tool. It provides a creative AI upscale, which I think is very interesting for us to get different results. For example, let's take a look at this red hair girl. Interestingly, by putting her through the Creative AI upscale, it seemed to have removed her face piercing and gave her a cleaner look, almost like she put on additional foundations. At the moment, I do like the one before the Creative Upscale as it looks less edited and more realistic, but the upscale is pretty cool too. Here's a couple more examples for you to take a look and see the difference. And last but not least, before we end off the video, one of the features that people have been debating a lot about recently is Midjourney's ability to better interpret styles, and not just any styles, but the styles we are familiar with. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. And as we can see from all these different examples, the interpretations and the generations are really very close to the styles that we are very familiar with. Now, before we all start debating, I don't think what we would really like to do is to copy the artist's work style exactly, and I do believe there will be copyright rules in the years to come. But what I think is really cool here is the added level of understanding and consistency with its styles. This could really bring us a step closer to generating consistent style sets of our own, which will be extremely valuable in helping us creating consistent scenes and shots of our very own unique styles. And that would really be a step closer to our own army of AI assistants for sure. And so, these are just some of the very exciting updates that we currently have with Midjourney V6. Do note that it is still in its alpha test launch, so there would definitely be more changes and updates along the way. Hence, I would definitely be doing up a follow-up video with a in-depth guide as the full version release, so do subscribe and stay tuned for that. Till then, I hope you found this video useful and insightful, and if you would like to learn more about AI animations and creations, you may check out my other videos right here. Peace.